Oh, how lovely. Look at that.
I found a dog.
All right, welcome Atlanta United family to another episode of Research the Spike ATL here with Tommy and James once again. It's been a little while since we've been here, a little over 2 weeks. We haven't really gotten a chance to talk about the embarrassing defeat that we had against Columbus Crew 2 weeks ago. I mean, is embarrassing the right word, guys, or am I being a little too harsh with that?
It's basically it's closer.
Yeah, it was a boring game until the end, which was kind of feels like how a lot of the games have been. And we got back into it, but it was just too little, too late.
Yeah, I mean, like how you say, I mean, I wasn't really there at the end. I kind of got pissed off and like left at the
Oh,
85th minute. So I personally didn't get to see like what evolved, until like some events that we're gonna be discussing, but I mean,
you were drunk
honestly.
tweeting. You were
Yeah, I
drunk
was,
tweeting.
man. I was literally like a good 30 beers in. I don't know how I held up. I was fine the next day. I mean, I made it to the Braves game alive, not, feeling like crap. So, but I mean, seriously, I mean, James, I know you were there as well. Obviously, Tommy, you said you watched the game as well. But I mean,
I
with the
I don't
whole,
leave on my club. That's why.
yeah, I
I'm
mean,
messing.
oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
man,
I know by now that that's when we
dagger.
play our best ball. So might as well.
Hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, but I mean, even before, the whole end of the game, I mean, basically in the first play of the game, we give up a goal. Uh, we have Ronald going down, which, he's gonna be out 3 to 4 months, another injury, he's not a starter, he's not the guy that, you're hoping that he's gonna be out there every single game, but eventually this is another depth piece that goes down for like a long period of time, and I mean, at this point, how worse does it get? It gets worse, but we'll get to it eventually.
I mean, it's the perfect summary of the entire season, right? A corner kick, and then an injury and a goal against early on. Like, perfect, perfect. So, I mean, that summed everything up.
Yeah. So we're down to Brooks Lennon, Mike Ambrose, and Caleb Wiley in fullbacks now. So I mean,
Yeah,
it was on the
what do
same
you
corner, wasn't it? That they
yeah,
scored and he fell on him. I mean,
yeah, I mean, when it comes to, I don't know, man. I don't even want to keep on talking about the injuries because, eventually I mean, we just talk about this every episode, honestly. Like, that's what it's been like this whole season, just injury after injury. All we had was, I mean, since the first game, we had Luis Araujo, go down, after like 20 minutes, 25 minutes into the game. I mean, that was the first, big blow. You have him out for like 2 months or so. Then Joseph, and the domino effect happened.
Alonzo,
Yeah, I
Alonzo
mean,
went out
like,
for
we
yeah,
can keep going forever.
yeah,
yeah.
that's why I said like the domino effect, man. It was just,
Remember, he had heart issues too. Like that wasn't even the first thing. Like that
Oh,
was
yeah, yeah,
he had
that's
heart
funny, yeah,
issues. He thought that was going to be a thing,
yeah.
and then
I
you had all
mean,
the people hurt in the preseason. What Lennon got hurt in the training camp, then he had to come back, and then we lost Chol, who still hasn't returned. Then no, Franco was suspended. Someone else got hurt in that friendly. I forget who else it was.
someone. But Sosa had that
Yeah,
lingering issue too. That
yeah. Sosa's been out. Yeah, it's just a lot.
yeah. I mean, with the injuries, I mean, you just can't predict this. I mean, it's at this point with the Atlanta United though, it's just like who's next. I mean, who's it gonna be? I don't know, man. I'm just hoping eventually, I know this has been a topic of like discussion like on Twitter mostly. I haven't really seen or never mind. I have seen it somewhat on the Facebook groups. Given the fact that we have so many guys out, that this season is done for Atlanta United. I mean, I know some people are like really, really optimistic, and I mean, hey man, the attitude is there. I love it, but come on, man, we got to be realistic. You know, given the fact that you have no goalie basically back there, your center backs are, you know, now you know you have who's the one that got injured? Ronald. You know, I don't even like I said, he's not a big piece or not anything, but you know, or not like a big name player. But yet again, you know, you have him go down. Um, I don't know. For me personally, the season's over. I mean, you guys, I mean, I want to get your opinions.
Yeah.
I mean, we're being harsh, honestly, but I mean, we're being realistic, man. I mean, unless some crazy transfers, you know, happen, you know, July 7th. I don't know when exactly the window closes, but I know that's when it opens, July 7th. I don't see that happening though. I wouldn't think that, you know, the front office would be stupid, you know, to make some crazy move, some Jordan Dom type of, you know, move. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
know.
we're what 3 points off the playoff line, and we're not even close to halfway done with the season. We have all of our DPs back, don't we? Well, impending a 3-match ban, but we have all our DPs back. So I'm not sure yet, man. I mean, we're gonna be aggressive this summer because that's just our nature. That's what we're gonna do. We have spots to fill. We have stuff to do, and yeah, I'm not all done yet. I mean, we're right there, and there's teams up there that shouldn't be there, and then yeah, we just gotta hit our groove because I know we're very short on guys, but we've just gotten unlucky, and now it's time for the luck to go our way, and it'll help if we have a good summer. And people saying give up, don't even sign players. I mean, that's a joke. I mean,
you have to. I think at this point you're just so
by that
short-handed.
point, what we're like max 6 points off the line, maybe like 10 off of fourth or something like that. It's still reachable if we're around that range. But I mean,
Yeah.
I want to get into the unluckiness of the Jake Moraney situation later, but I mean, there's spots to fill. It's as simple as it can be.
I mean, something, you know, I don't know, man. It's not even the fact that we have all these guys out as well as the fact that, you know, there's been a lot of errors, you know, defensively that, you know, even, you know, with guys that are usually our usual starters, you know, we had trouble with. And I mean, we're still having trouble with right now. I mean, they're obviously, we know set pieces are still that issue. So I mean, at this point, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean,
And
it's hard
everyone
for
has-
me to. It's hard for me, like seriously, like personally, like be optimistic about the season, unless, like I said, something crazy happens and they pull some good moves. And I mean, I don't know.
Even with
Man.
these holes, though, we're putting up what 20 shots a game, and we're still getting unlucky on the corners or whatever, or it's just bad marking. But I mean, it's easily fixable, especially. I mean, it's just finishing, isn't it, on the attack, and then defense. What now? We're down to 2 starters left with Lennon and Franco. I mean, I guess that's what the summer's for, to hit on some guy, but you know, we're a game behind everyone too that's on the playoff line. So we're still right there, dude. And we have what? So it's where we played 13 and halfway 17. So I don't know. We'll see when we get to 17.
I mean, playoffs is the only thing that I'm hoping for at this point. I mean, you've got limited moves of what you can do here. The MLS cap is not friendly to an injury team like this. We can't be the Braves, right? Like, you can't be the Braves where you could just go throw money around left and right and get a bunch of guys and hope that it works together. You don't have it. Like, and even though some of these injuries happen prior to that first transfer window, you still have limited room of who you can bring in. So, you know, we don't know really what the number is. All we really know is we have a U22 spot. We have Jake Moraney's spot and his GAM that he got. And I think maybe one more spot that you could replace, and that might be Alonso's spot.
Well,
but
guys are coming out too. Some guys are going to leave as well. I mean,
maybe.
that's enough space to get what we need, like a goalkeeper, defender, winger, whatever we're looking for. I mean,
Well, and
it's
that's
still there.
yeah, I mean, but that's I think one of the reasons why they moved Jake out, which I've been getting yelled at all day about, but like that's why they did it. Like they needed room in this window coming up. Granted, it was late; they couldn't make a quick move, but you don't want to make a quick move all of a sudden just for the sake of doing it. You want to make the right move. So even though we've had some bad pickups over the past couple of years, you got to trust that they're going to pick someone up that is better than a Jake Mulroney.
Yeah, I mean, that move just got unlucky with the Hernandez and Gutman injury because, in my opinion, I feel like Caleb Wiley is going to put in that super sub position at like left wing or that attacker guy, and then now it looks like Wiley's going to play left back or something like that. It just got screwed over, but yeah, I agree that Morey move that was I didn't mind it. Even at first when it happened, I thought it was all right because you don't know if you're going to get that later for a player that's just I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that I mean, he scores a couple bangers here and there, and he's fast. And people,
he's good energy.
Excited about being
20 minutes,
and that's fine. But he's gotten 3 goals in MLS in 4 seasons, or 3 seasons, something like that. Like whatever. It's.
I get you. It just it tumbled because of all the guys getting hurt that we didn't have that.
Right, it was bad timing.
And it was
Wiley got hurt too.
Mm-hmm.
Right after that happened, Wiley and Robinson. Yeah, and you got Cisneros as well, who could also play that.
But he wasn't good
that position. Yeah, he did get one. He had one nice shot. I thought that could went in at the end of the game, but Eric Lopez is not returning in June. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We have somebody over here that on the chat that was saying we don't actually have a U22 spot. And then I asked them why.
It's because he's on loan, and if he returns, if the loan is not extended or they buy his contract, then we technically don't have it. That's why we didn't fill it prior to the last window, because we're tied to this loan right now. So,
I mean.
And he's been pretty shitty, on where he was loaned to. So he hasn't done much there. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they want him. Hey, Orlando wanted Mulroney.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just gonna become the villain on this now.
I mean, Eric, even though he's terrible, I mean, we could keep him and maybe drop Cisneros or something because I don't see how he's useful anymore.
Yeah, he's really
clearly better than him, in terms of most everything. I mean, even though he's scored tap-ins relatively, but I feel like he gives a lot more than Cisneros, and especially since a player that's not most likely going to be here next season, but Dwyer maybe. I don't see why he's useful.
Your contract.
Yeah, Dwyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Dwyer. I think he's better than Cisneros. And yeah, I think we should offload Eric Lopez though. But how expensive that would be for us?
I mean, he's getting paid good money. I mean,
well, are we saying we're gonna buy him out or something? That's a lot of cash.
You know what? When you're looking at a team, when you're looking at an owner like Arthur Blank and how much money they've made on Matt Ryan and Julio Jones in the past couple of years, this is just a drop in the bucket to a franchise like that. Like you can just buy out a player every single year and not hurt. Where you might have a team that's like Cincinnati, they can't do something like that, right? Like you screw up, you don't want to buy them out because you need people to play. Well, Arthur Blank could afford to buy any of these guys out. So I wouldn't worry anything cash-wise. It's just the question is how many real shitty players do you have and which one do you want to buy out because you only get one?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, going back to not back, we've already been technically discussing the Columbus game, but, the end of the game, things got a little heated. There was some confrontations where, Thiago Almada ended up getting red carded. Gonzalo Pineda was also thrown out of the game. Now today, we had the information that Thiago Almada is going to be suspended for a total of 3 games. Miami, Toronto, and New York Red Bulls. That's again you're
Sucks.
missing.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It really sucks. I mean, it's really, man. I mean, at a bad time, and again, you have another guy missing 3 games. One of your DPs. I mean, we told you earlier we have more bad news, and here they are. I mean, I don't know, man.
Here's a take: if Brad Guzan was on the field, that Almada would not have gone up to that ref.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You would see Guzan in a lot of games pulling people away from the ref.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Rossetto yelling at Ibarra a few times during that game because Ibarra was getting a little testy as well. But I don't know.
But I mean, are you guys really aware of like suspensions? Have there been like those multi-game suspensions recently with all this stuff? I don't feel like it's excessive. I feel like it was deserved a little bit because I mean he made
I mean, there was that. I don't know. Was it this season? I think it was. Dax McCarthy. I think he like stomped on that one guy.
Remember that dude that kicked the ball into the crowd and hit that person?
No. It was a player from Nashville that literally like stomped on the other player that was on the ground, and he got suspended. Yeah, he got suspended for only 2 games.
That's what I was gonna bring up. Yeah,
he only got suspended 2 games, and I mean, come on, man, that's more severe. I mean, seriously, that could have gone up to a good. I mean, that's literally assaulting another player.
Because he made an apology video on Twitter. That's why.
Yeah.
No, but you remember there was that guy that like I forget what team it was. It might have been the Red Bulls. But who was the guy that kicked just took the ball and like purposely kicked it into the crowd and hit like someone in like the second row? I forget who it was. Oh, it's gonna bug me.
I don't remember. Well, also with the suspensions, I think Franco Ibarra is 1 yellow card away from suspension as well.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with that at all.
I just pulled that up because I was looking up the thing or whatever, and that popped up. So that's good. So that's coming soon.
Yeah. Tell me.
Oh, it's Kaku. Right. Okay, I knew it was someone. All
right. So somebody being real judgmental.
Put his hot take up there though, real quick. I know we're getting away from it.
Yeah. No, I was gonna put it. Yeah.
I agree. And we said this. I think I said this last week. Like that would be one of the bold moves that they do. I don't know. I think that they need to get a legit young Alonso, right? Like someone that could actually play in games, not have heart issues, and get knocked out for the year. I mean, he's like 60 years old, right? I'm being sarcastic, but whatever. Like we need to find someone that is in that position. And we've got 2 guys with Ibarra and Sosa, and they're kind of the same player, right? Like, I don't know. They do different things, and Sosa's a better passer. But I do like what Ibarra does bring. Like, I think Ibarra would be better off the bench and get someone that's there. But I don't know. I've that's why I was actually hoping they would fill that Moreni. Yeah, see, we agree. Moreni sucks. But I don't know. I think we definitely need to find a defensive midfielder that's an everyday starter.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we just need to process like what's offered on the table and see, I mean, what could be a better move. But yeah, maybe it's time for me to give up on Sosa. But I mean, is there even a time?
We always had that first 10 games, man. Those first 10 games.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss, man. They were great.
Yeah, until Heinze freaking burn him out, basically.
Yeah.
Well, and then we don't know when he really started having the issues. Like, we don't know when that started. And then he actually was knocked out for a while and then came back and he was still playing injured, right, for the playoffs, and then had surgery. And I don't think he hasn't started a game all season, right? Like,
no.
So, I don't know. But there were
I
teams that
mean,
had interest in
there's
him. There were like big teams, European teams that wanted Sosa when we were in on him. So I'm sure there's buyers out there. And like you said, you got to move players out to move players in. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like we're running out of guys that are like healthy and like actually assets to move out, right? Like Emerson Hyman could be somebody that can move out, but he hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't started a game, so the value is not there. I mean, unless you're just trying to unload the contract, which he took a tremendous pay cut, which was very nice of him, right? I think he had to, but like again, you would have had to find someone no matter what to take that contract. So I think they want to keep him, but there's not many healthy good guys. Moreno, I don't know.
Talking about a different position now, the goalkeeper. I mean, that's something that's huge for Atlanta. We have Brad Guzan, who, I mean, by the looks of it, man, I doubt that he's gonna be able to like come back. I mean, I doubt that he's gonna be the guy, to come back and just just be there like 100% for the team, like how he was. Um, It'll be interesting, whether Atlanta, are looking into, bringing in a goalkeeper, either this transfer window or, just take some time, I mean, and really, look around and hope that they make the right decision. I mean, what do you guys think? Do they take that, risk right now, or do they prolong it to the end of the year?
I think first off, Brad's is under contract, so you need to find out what his plans are, right? Like you need to find out
Yeah.
is he planning on retiring? The two people that I've talked to, at least in the medical world, have said that at his age, the ability to get back and be able to make that jump off after tearing your Achilles is going to be extremely rough, and he's not going to come back 100% if that happens, just because of his age. So, hopefully, you think here that maybe they make a deal with him. If you retire, we'll make you part of the coaching staff, and I think that's what he's always said he wanted to do was be there. But I think Guzan would probably do what's best for the team, and at the end of the season, possibly retire. My worry just is that he might hold out until December to see how his recovery is doing, and then you make that move in the winter window.
I mean, keepers have to explode, dude. I don't see him being as good as he was either. Because I mean, as much as we hated him, he was pretty darn good at the end of last year. So far this year, he was all right too. But I don't know if we should rush to get a keeper. Obviously, Shuttleworth isn't the best, but I mean, if we can't miss on a goalkeeper signing, because if we end up with another bad goalkeeper, we're just stuck in the same loop again of just having this bad player and we don't know what to do with them. But I don't know. Do you guys think we should sign a goalkeeper this summer? Or
I mean,
it's tough.
Center back
definitely,
it's really tough, yeah, because I mean, you really wasn't expecting, Guzan to have like some basically career-ending injury, at this point of the season. I mean, what has been like, it's been more than a month, but I mean, let's say you have 2 months, 3 months, just to do like scouting and do whatever you got to do to look into the goalkeeper you're trying to get. You don't want to rush that. I mean, personally, for me, it has to be one of those positions where Atlanta has to bring in the right guy. I doubt that they'll be stupid enough to bring a guy that's young, that's unexperienced, somebody that's from outside the league. I would think it would be somebody that's already played here or is currently playing here. Just I don't know, man. It's hard to say that that would actually happen this summer, but my guess will be that they'll just wait until the end of the year.
Shuttleworth's a 1-year contract. I wanted to look that up. So you
Yeah.
really, if Brad Guzan retired, and Rocco's Rios is probably not staying, you assume it's another loan. So you could have 0 goalies on the roster. Like, I know you got the guy that got hurt. I forget his name.
Yeah, Dylan. I don't. And his
Yeah,
last name starts with a
and
C. There.
yeah.
Like,
So I mean, you've got him, but other than that, I mean, you could clear out 3 goaltenders in one offseason, which would be crazy. And Brad did take I was to say originally I thought, well, okay, if Brad retires, you're saving huge money. He took a big pay cut, so you're really not there. There's no players really on this roster right now that are hugely overpaid anymore,
I mean,
except Joseph Martinez.
if we want to contend for a championship, which the FO definitely wants to do, then you can't have Shuttleworth in goal. That's just what I'm thinking for this year. I mean, there's no chance. So I don't. Oh, I mean, I don't know. I've seen Twitter. We've been linked to goalies or whatever. I don't. But I don't want to rush one and then just miss on a signing on a goalkeeper again, or just have to deal with it. But I didn't like the.
You could sign a pre-contract too. I mean, they could do something like that.
Yeah.
You know what's been curious?
Because you got your 2 guys already.
Yeah.
I think earlier this week, I did a poll on Twitter about, when will Atlanta United be, contenders for MLS Cup again. And obviously I didn't put this season, just my personal option, because, I don't think, this year is that year that we're going to contend for MLS Cup personally. But I put next year, 2 to 3 years or in 5 years. And I don't remember the exact percentage, but I mean, it was well over 50% that, said that, 2 to 3 years. And, I don't know if it's just personally, the people that, they just know soccer well, or, they actually follow the team. But I mean, you got to be realistic. I mean, this team is like, I think Tommy, I was on the, what's that called, the Spaces on Twitter, yeah, and we're talking about how young the team is, and I mean the fact that, I mean, we're just expecting these results to happen, and we're forgetting about the fact that these guys may be coming from big teams, Rossetto, well, Sosa as well, but I mean, it's tough to say, man, that they're just automatically all going to click. And given the fact that there's been barely any time where actually the stellar starting 11 has been on the field, all at once. Did that actually happen this season? Have we actually had, a game where we had like every single person, like every starter that, or quote unquote starter? I don't think we had that this season at all.
Well, we had a game where we had back-to-back same lineups once, and that second game was that.
Yeah, but I mean
game.
that Joseph wasn't there. I know he wasn't there. It was Ronaldo Cisneros. He was a part of the starting 11.
Patrick.
So, yeah, I mean, the consistency is there. It's just the fact that we have never been able to have on the field the same starting 11, the same starters, actual starters. But it's tough, man. The rest of the season going forward. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what the hell Pineda tells these guys at this moment. When it comes to the trying to keep them motivated, or just, I don't know. I think I saw something Joseph tweeted out, or somebody or interviewed him or whatever. He said that, I mean, the team was just playing bad, and I mean, he knows it. I mean, it's just the fact that they have to learn, man, and they're gonna have to learn. Either this is gonna be that year that is the learning year, or I don't know, man. I don't know what next season is gonna be like. Hopefully, we're, for one, able to stay healthy, and that's gonna be obviously fundamental, so we could keep the same consistency with the players, but. I don't know what you guys think about, when it comes to the success that, people want, from this team, the immediate success or, down the line success.
Go ahead, James.
I'm puzzled. I mean, I can't really answer this until like late August, bro. In all seriousness, I can't, because there's still so many question marks. And I mean, we don't know what the mindset is of the team, the front office, on what they're gonna do. And I think we just gotta keep just focusing on the next game and just, I don't know, try to score. I can't. I don't know. It's just, I'm confused generally.
I mean, I know we got specific people that hate Pineda
Mm-hmm.
in here, but you a lot of times when you have a young team and you have a young coach, they grow up together, right? I mean, we've seen it happen a lot, especially like in the NBA and the NHL, where a young team grows up with a young coach that helps them. They all get up there together and they contend. Pineda's hasn't been a head coach, and like I understand the frustration that people have with Pineda, and I've like come to terms with why people will be frustrated. And I think it's Zilp or whatever that's had made the comment before, like you're handing the keys to a to a Lamborghini to a 12-year-old, right? Like it's not that, it's terrible, whatever. But anyways, like you've got see, a Disney movie. Well, my favorite movie is The Mighty Ducks. So stupid.
It would be.
Dude, Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. I said it would be. It makes sense.
Yeah, of course. No, but you do see that happen in other sports. But like, it can be frustrating. But we got to remember, everybody's young on this team. The only really people that you had with experience was Alonzo, Joseph, and Guzan. What's the connection to all of them? They haven't been playing at all. Like, I mean, some of them have played a little bit, but they're out now. So now you got all young people on this squad, and you need to start finding guys that have veteran leadership that aren't 50 years old. You got to find a couple guys that have 3-4 years in them at least, and bring them on. You have to start playing with grit, and we don't. The only person you have is Ibarra, and Ibarra is going to lose it one of these games and get a red card, just like Ahmad did. Like, you need to find that Jeff Lorenowitz, right? Like, you need a player like him. You need a player that has some type of leadership skills, like a Parkhurst. Like, and I know some of those guys that you're going to get are going to be old, but you got to find somebody that is a real leader. And I'm glad that Rossetto's getting the experience with it, but he's not that guy. And we've got a lot of the guys in the midfield that do the exact same thing. Like, we need to clear out some of the midfield and get guys with a little bit more skill and what we want. And, I mean, the rest of the season for me, I still think that they can make the playoffs, but I also want to see what a lot of the youth can do. Whenever a season comes down to, like, it's pretty much in the shitter, I want to get a lot of these young guys as much experience as we can. Caleb Wiley, if he's healthy, I'd like to see him in every single game. Like, that's just something that I think we should see. And he's not young, but he's coming back from an injury. I want to see what Emerson Hyman has after this injury. Like, I want to see him start some games. James, I know you're the big Emerson guy, but
yeah,
like, he was not terrible, before he got his injury. Like, he was good, and let's see what he has. And then just keep playing all the young guys and see what happens. If we can't get rid of Eric Lopez, play Eric Lopez some. Let's just see what he has. Let's see what a different coaching staff can do with him. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see the youth get time. And nobody wants to hear this because we're the highest, the highest salary and the most, transfer fees and all that. Okay, but teams get in the shitter and they get an injury trouble, and we can't fix it. So if that's the situation we're in, we got to play to what we have, and let's just figure out what we have next year and have the team grow around it.
Yeah, I feel like what you're saying about like passion and experience and all that, I think it just takes time for this team to start clicking. And yeah, we need guys to get more reps, and the more we keep playing together, then the better we're gonna get. Especially with Pineda, the more matches he gets under his belt, I feel like we can only get better through that. And well, Pineda won't even be there next match. But I mean, I don't know about Summer. They were talking about trading Hyman or whatever. I don't know. Could we even what do we do with Sadich? Because didn't we get him last summer? So
That's another guy that
he's just
completely
irrelevant.
forgot.
We're not going to use him. He's
Problem is you need someone that wants him. Like you need to find someone ahead. And that's why I think with Hyman, at least, if you play him and maybe you just start him after this window, because I think that was the plan, was that after this break was when they wanted to start Hyman. You need to build up the stock of a player to be able to somebody to actually want him. So if he starts 3 games and is good, then maybe you could sell him to somebody that's going through what we're going through right now, but they're having trouble in the midfield. Take advantage of someone else. We took advantage of Orlando, depending on how you look at it. But Orlando was out. I'm going to keep bringing up Jake fucking Marini here because it's just a fun thing to do. But you took advantage of someone else that needed it to open up a spot.
Yeah,
and we traded for Sadich. We did.
Yeah, we did.
We did. But we were desperate. Like I don't remember at the time who was all out.
It was July.
I think it was right when Hyman. I think when Hyman came out, the transfer window, I think the window was already closed at that time because the window closed 3 days after when Hyman got hurt. And as soon as it opened, that's when we. What's up, Josh? That's when we made the Sadich trade, immediately once the window opened.
Yeah, but now Hyman's stuck behind the captain, who I don't like very much, and you just you feel pressure. You can't start him because the captain is in his spot, which is also difficult. The captain gave up a goal in Nashville, by the way. But
I saw another poll going around as well. I think it was from Dirty Soccer. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that there were 2 who they wanted to be the pair of center midfielders, and obviously they had different options: Hyman, Sosa, Sadich, and Sosa. Obviously all the different combinations. And it was weird to me that a lot of people were really into Hyman. A lot of the top results were basically on his favor. They wanted more out of him, or want him to start, I guess. Obviously, because going back to what you said, I agree as well. The time that he did play, before his injury, he was good. I'm not gonna forget that freaking goal at Campeones Cup. He was. I don't know, man. He just came on a different gear. When he came on, at certain times for his playing time.
That goal in Nashville.
Yeah, that volley. Yeah.
Didn't he score in the Open Cup final? Or no, the Campeones Cup.
Yeah, that first goal he had. Yeah. He had, that season before he got injured, what was it, 2020? He had, not before he got injured, but before that whole COVID hit. He got that goal in Nashville. I know he scored against Chicago as well. Because both Barco and Hyman scored in both of those first 2 games that we had.
Yeah.
He wants to talk about the age.
He can give you more. He'll give you something. He has been terrible this season, in all honesty. Especially in the Open Cup game against Chattanooga, he was terrible. But he'll give you something.
Sorry, Tommy. I know I'm covering you up with this big paragraph.
Oh, I was flicking Josh off if he didn't see it. It was just had to make sure I announced that that's what I was doing.
Where there hasn't been any transfer rumors, the international break is the perfect time for some moves, and maybe we're working quietly. Atlanta United has been that team where they're really, I guess, low key with their stuff. Certain things. Some transfer moves. A year ahead, Almada, for instance. We knew basically a whole year ahead that he was going to be coming to Atlanta. But I mean, I don't know. Personally, I don't. I think obviously, yeah, they're working in transfers, but not. I don't
I
think.
saw a rumor about a goalie. I forget where I saw
Yeah.
it. It might have been in one of the discords that I was in that I saw that they were talking about a goalie. But we got to remember, like, we don't have a flashy DP spot to go get somebody. So like the big names we can't get. And we really don't know what our salary cap number is and what we're available. So it could be, but also it's like the big flashy players we really can't be in on right now. Maybe the U22 spot, you can see them start getting things talking about it. But again, you're gonna have to do something with Lopez if that's the thing, and that could be an issue. But nobody was talking about Eric Lopez when the Hoppy rumors were going rampant, right? Like you didn't hear anything about Eric Lopez at all from there. So I think Atlanta could get it done, like and sell them for super cheap and just take the hit, like I said. But at this point, we with the ownership of Arthur Blank, I believe money can do whatever you need it to do.
Don't you think at times, like, teams kind of take advantage of, like, the fact that they know that Atlanta United is like one of those teams that is able to pay any given amount, or not any given amount, but high a high amount for a certain player. I mean, personally, and I'm bringing European soccer, but I mean, honestly, even with that, it still influences, how, the transfer market works, all over the world. I remember back when Neymar was sold, in Barcelona. I mean, guy was sold for more than 220 million. So what happened, when teams, knew that Barcelona had all that money, they were selling players to them, for stupid amounts of money, like over 100 million for Coutinho, Dembele. I forgot the other one, Griezmann. So I mean, it's like, they kind of take advantage of that. I feel like the teams that we're getting these guys from. I mean, I don't know if that's just my. I mean, that's just my view. I don't know if you guys share that same thought.
I mean, it in hindsight to the deals we do, it feels like we've been scammed because they don't work out. But I mean, when we signed them, we felt like we paid the right amount for those guys, like Ezequiel Barco. So, or I mean, like, so you're saying we can get that teams are trying. They know we're big money, so they're gonna like hold out, and we're gonna buy players for too much. Is that basically what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically.
I mean, we've established ourselves as big money, especially in Argentina. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just always in hindsight we regret these deals that we pay too much for. But maybe it wasn't too much, and they just were bad the whole time.
I mean, our name gets tossed around the rumor mill on players that probably were never in on, but they use that as a negotiating tool, right? It's saying, "Oh, Atlanta United's interested in these guys," and a lot of them, they've come out and like, obviously, it was just a name thrown out there. I mean, like, especially early on, like Atlanta United's name was like in all these random ass players that made no sense that would be coming in here. So I think that they use us, but you know, I think leagues are at least understanding that if you're, trying to negotiate with Atlanta United, if they don't have a DP spot open, you're kind of, you're not going to be able to make that much. And I guess that's the one reason why MLS, and, I always think that MLS is a pyramid scheme just in general and how it all works. But like, nobody knows how much GAM, that everybody has. They don't release, what the salary cap numbers are. So, a team coming in, you could just lie to them about how much money you have available in the cap because nobody understands it except, they're a couple cap gurus, right? Like none of us know. Like people try to put spreadsheets together to figure out like what space we got, and it's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good point. I mean, the
Yeah.
fact that the MLS works, crazy. I mean, personally, man, and I know even people, that work with MLS, they don't really understand or know all the rules specifically. Um, But yeah, like I agree with you as well when it comes to if you don't have a DP spot, you're not really gonna be able to negotiate, like big money. But it's, we're still getting going back to what James said, we're getting scammed with like half of the deals we've done lately. So um, it hopefully gets to the point where or I don't know what it's gonna take, man. I don't know if it's gonna take a switch of the front office or something major happening this season. But I don't know. We're gonna keep, or if we're gonna do anything different when it comes to the transfers. I mean, we just seem to keep on doing the same thing, sort of. Just going for big names, or these guys that are just gonna come in and be a sub. I mean, I don't think we've really, like, the squad planning hasn't really been there.
Has it?
I mean,
I mean,
that's
this team's
also
pretty
due.
deep.
It's also due to the fact that we've had 3 different coaches in the past 3 seasons, 2 seasons and a half, or whatever you want to say. But I mean, it's tough, man, especially with the rules. Going back to the rules, I mean, you just gotta give up players. You gotta let go of guys, because of money issues or whatever. But I mean, it's tough, man. It really is.
I mean,
And I didn't believe all that bullshit when we got rid of all, like we got rid of Tito Villalba, like they were saying all cap issues. We got rid of LGP and all that. Like they were talking about salary cap. They were getting rid of people that didn't like
DeBoer.
Yeah, Frankie. Yeah. So I mean that was that, but like look at this team and where we're at and of the people that have been able to fill in positions. This team is pretty damn deep, like for what it is. Now, the midfield, they understood that the midfield had so many issues. They went and bolstered that up a little bit, and they knew Hyman was coming back, and they got Alonso. But the backs, I mean, we said we were deep on backs. I mean, you still have, we're hoping Caleb Wiley's fine here, but you still have Caleb Wiley and Lennon, which is not the worst thing in the world. And I guess you still have Mikey Ambrose, but like you're not, it's not that bad. I think at all, as far as depth wise. I think we're a little too deep in the midfield. We just have so many people that can't play because, I mean, we can write a whole list down of all the midfielders that we have, and it's gigantic, right? Like, so that might be the main issue. I mean, and we thought Franco was going to be better because he had a great last half of the season, last maybe third of the season. He was fantastic. And we thought Campbell would continue to progress, and nobody expected the Miles Robinson injury, right? Like that wasn't expected to happen. So I don't know. I hear a lot of the Boca hate, and I understand it because they definitely have screwed up a lot and have let a lot of good players go. But I really thought that looking at it now from where we were at the beginning of the season, even just being where we are with the points today, and it's not good, it's still impressive because we've had a crap load of depth and a crap load of people having to play, considering you've only had one game where you were able to start the exact same lineup as the week before.
I mean, there's only like 2 or 3 teams that could do the same, losing 6, 7, 5 stars, whatever it is. But I mean, well, we come into another unfortunate thing with the front office. It's the second summer in a row where you're like reaching, you're trying to get back on track. It's happened again. We can't really, we could get rushed again. But yeah, what was I going back to? Yes. I lost my train of thought there, but I mean, yeah, we're just rushed again because we're in a bad place for the second year in a row at this point. But we're hella deep, I agree.
Well, could have
That's
been.
the craziest story, the Bielsa story. I mean, whatever. We got Tata, we won a championship, but that's a pretty messed up story if all of that is true.
Yeah,
if it's all true.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's pretty hard to believe, but I wouldn't doubt it either. Honestly, man, I don't know. Now, I think there was something else that we had to talk about with
Match
yeah.
preview.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday. We have a
Tuesday.
Let's go.
Tuesday. We're going for our 4th championship, guys. Our 4th cup.
Let's go against mighty Pachuca.
Sorry, I couldn't even keep a. I couldn't even freaking keep a straight face with it.
We're
Yeah, but
Orlando
seriously.
now. We're Orlando. We're just making up freaking trophies. Ugh.
Great season ticket holder game. That's what
Are we
I
gonna get
want
a
my money
Manchester?
to go
Like,
to.
let's get a real like. They
Yeah.
said they want to
Bro,
get to bigger teams.
Miami, freaking Inter Miami got Barcelona, man. There's no
In
way
that
in hell
stadium?
we couldn't have gotten a Sevilla, a Valencia. I mean, somebody Inter Milan, AC Milan. But bro, we're stuck with freaking Pachuca. And I mean, we already talked about this on here. I mean, no hate, to the Mexican league or whatever, but. And I know they're also playing a friendly against Austin, sometime in a couple of days or whatever. But come on, man. We could have easily gotten somebody better if you actually wanted to bring interest into this cup. I
It's
mean,
first year. It's first year. They're they're putting it together, and whatever. It'd be fun to watch. I can't watch it because it's not on ESPN Plus, and I'm too lazy to go find a VPN. So
I think
Hope it goes well.
it'll be good. I mean, I like that we have this friendly. It'll be good for some people. We'll see some people out there. I don't know. I bet the twos are probably they're out of question. So I don't know if any of them will go and play something. Maybe
do you
no.
guys
Rocco
see?
plays.
I was about to. That's exactly what I was about to
Like,
say.
Zoe
Do you
probably
see
knows.
Rocco starting?
Yeah.
I mean, given the fact that he's
I hate
been
him, but yeah,
trashed
so-
like the last 2 games for the twos.
Oh,
The-
everybody, let's start
Last chance.
Rocco. Let's start Rocco. He's way better than Shuttleworth. Get out of here.
Yeah, like
You know,
8 goals.
when everybody kept saying, "Oh, start Rocco," get out of here. Like everybody was saying Pineda's an idiot, and maybe he is, but get out of here with starting Rocco in those games. Like,
I mean, honestly, that's really more of like the casual fan. Seriously, I mean, because there was a post about it like a couple of days ago on one of the Facebook groups as well, and somebody was like, we got to give Rocco a chance or whatever. Oh, for his birthday, I think his birthday was a couple days ago, and they were like, "Oh, give him a chance or whatever," and. I saw some comments and they're like, you must really not keep up with the twos because the guy has been like complete garbage. Like
Goals aren't his fault.
Yeah. I actually saw like that
did
last game and for the twos, and I mean, yeah, he's not MLS material either. I mean, Bobby's not it either. Sadly.
We need something, but yeah, maybe if he was like 8 inches taller, then But I mean, that one game, what was that team from like Paraguay or something back in the CCL? Or no, not Paraguay. That's South America, bro.
oh, the Champions League game that he did?
Yes.
You're talking about against America.
It started with an A. No, it was the.
Yeah,
No,
it was
the
Club
it was last
America.
right?
No, it wasn't Club
It was
America.
2020. Oh my! It was that long ago.
Costa Rica? No, it was
Yeah.
not in Costa Rica.
It was the first round. Yeah, it was the first round.
In 2020.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about like the one where Rocco started in the CCL.
Yeah. Wait.
Bro,
Yeah, but he
was
came
he
to the
was he
first-
there? Was he here?
Because last year didn't we play Philadelphia in the first round last year, and that was it. Or no,
No,
we
we
played
played,
before Philadelphia. It was that. Dude, I've lost.
Yeah, I really have
2021.
Yeah,
Apparently.
Gazan got the red card, and then
Oh
we,
yeah.
and then he had to come in,
No, 'cause
and we
I remember.
got the draw. I think was it a draw or no? We got the win. I think.
Yeah, 1-0 in
Yeah.
both games in
so
April.
yeah, it must be Alajuelense.
Yes,
I could have swear we played somebody else.
Alajuelense. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry.
All our Champions League fails all just mixed together.
He faced one shot on target that game. Oh, and guess who scored? Jurgen Damm. There you go. That's a good throwback.
The second game, yeah,
Yeah.
and that was the one like he stole it from Barco.
Yeah.
Like Barco just like passed it to him, and it was
Literally.
wow. Oh, I remember that.
Classic.
Jurgen Damm.
He faced one shot on target, and then beautiful.
Hey, speaking of Jordan Down for real, I was hearing like 2 days ago to the end of that Club America wanted him. I'm like, I don't, I've been seeing some guys were like from
Finished.
like Club America fans like we don't want that shit here. Like what the hell? Honestly, man, I feel bad for that guy. Honestly, man, I don't know.
He loves
I
Atlanta
just-
so
He's a
much.
good guy.
He doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go.
He loves
See, he
the
was
fans,
posting pictures of food and all the food he
Mhm.
eats here, and
yeah.
club legend.
Must be nice.
I wonder if he's renting out the room and when he leaves. He's got a room there. He had to negotiate his own room
Wow.
in the training ground. Like he lives there. I mean, he's always there.
Literally. 24/7.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You know-
man, it's not.
Get this guy out of here.
He'll
Can we
leave
go
his
to-
ghost with him.
Get out of here. I love Dom. Get out of here. We did him wrong.
He had
Oh,
one.
God.
What was that? One good assist in MLS. Barely an assist, but
Yeah.
Lord Almighty.
oh, he had that half .25 assist on that Joseph goal in Cincinnati, right? Got deflected.
Mm-hmm.
He played a role in that. There, I'll give him that. Besides the fact that Joseph volleyed a ball that was 100 feet in the air. I'll give that.
Honestly, but going back to the game, so what do you guys think realistically? Is this game just a friendly? Is Atlanta gonna actually take this serious? What we could say our starting 11, or is it gonna be more of like the younger guys getting a chance? I want to get.
I don't think
yours
we could
opinion.
chance. We could chance it. I don't think we could chance healthy guys right now. We're so thin on it. I see a lot of twos playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's bad though for PR purposes if they just play shit players on there, and then but there's some twos players that should get a chance. But you're going to see probably Sadich. Like, I mean, I'm just
Hyman,
trying to think.
maybe?
You might see
But
what?
Hyndman a little bit.
Maybe Hyman.
Maybe
for a
Almada
little
for
bit.
just like 30, 20 minutes just to get something before he's out for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see something. We'll see some good ball. And I mean, this isn't a game to be excited about, but I'll be there. I'll sit and watch. I think it'll be all right though.
Damn, dude, you're at you go to every single game.
Well, yeah, I might as well show up. I'm here. I like the weekday games, man. There's like no one there, and
No,
especially
I'm
this-
just
I love
saying. I
weekday
mean, because ever since you've been on here, you're like, I mean, you always say that you're there. So I'm like, damn,
I'm always
he
there,
goes to every
bro.
single game, bro.
I mean,
That's legit, man. Trust me, if I could, I would too. But shit, I'm
yeah,
four
you're
and a
out
half
there.
hours away, so
Yeah, I
I
mean,
would love to
Tuesday
see
night.
Robbie Mertz play. Ugh.
Yeah, get everyone out there that
The
wants.
twos suck. God, you know what? I can't even watch the twos. Like when I think I said last year, I'm like, I'll watch the twos.
No.
They're just terrible to watch.
Useless.
Right? I know.
There's like what 3 good players, and then everyone else is useless.
Yeah,
yeah.
terrible.
Maybe more. Maybe 4 good players. Well, the only ones I know are like Firmino, Mertz, Meja, and
Ooh,
Conway.
Conway
Oh.
maybe get some time.
Oh yeah, Conway will start that. Yeah, it'll be good to
Yeah.
see him. And who else is down there on the depth chart?
I mean, you probably see Conway and Cisneros, you assume.
Yeah, man, I don't even know this depth chart like that anymore. Everyone's gone.
Yeah,
Here,
honestly.
you'll probably see Tyler Wolf.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's another name
he's
we'll
our
probably see.
Mikey
Well-
the Lunatic Ambrose.
George Campbell,
him.
maybe.
No, you're so thin at center back. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think we'll risk either. Well, maybe we'll see the young as well.
Some guys can have a kick around for a little bit, have some fun.
Yeah, I
Running
mean,
back-
going
Curious
back
if
to
Sosa gets a little bit of playing time, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
do we even know like how he's doing? Do we know anything?
I don't even know if he's practicing.
Come on, get me in the media day. Let me ask some questions for something useful.
Scholl,
I mean-
it seems like he's been practicing.
Yeah, he might come back one day.
Well, guys, honestly, I gotta go. I'm getting hungry. I haven't ate dinner, so thank you ever since to the guys that are always here on the comment section. James and Tommy as well. Thank you for being here as well. Hold on. The hell am I doing? Or how? hold up,
Predictions:
I
we lose by 3.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, we forgot to do that.
we
You
get
could
our
just
fourth
do-
trophy, and we win in penalties.
I don't know, man. I say we go down 2-0 as well. I mean, I don't
Imagine we
see-
draw and there's no penalties and it's a cup. The game just ends. No one
Oh,
wins.
what a joke.
I mean, that would be.
Nah, man, but
We lose.
well, guys, honestly, thank you for like I said, for your time. Don't forget to subscribe to Fila Sports Podcast on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Twitter as well. So give us a follow, share our content. Also, well, I never really go back to the videos and see if any other people comment on there, but I'll start to, honestly, because I really haven't. But we'll be here next week. I'm not sure what day, but we'll be here next week. Thank you, and hopefully we win. I'm not optimistic, but hopefully we
I
win.
don't really
Though.
care. Just
At this
do
point, it's like
something.
yeah,
Someone have fun.
Yeah, man.
Put me out there.
All right, guys, man. I'm about to end this thing. Deuces.